Welcome back to the desk, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Action Jackson here with Humanist and Tasty Bacon. We're about to get game number 2 of the finals underway. It is between Team Secret and Cyclone, with Cyclone leading 1-0.
Yeah, Cyclone looking good, even with the substitute in. This is the substitute they played with for both days now, and they're one game away from winning the week. That is one heck of a debut for this team.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised. I think, coming into this, a lot of people should have put them,
Back of them the whole time.
Up in the top.
Just so happy to see this team that I've been supporting from the start going so well.
All right.
You're learning, Bacon. You're learning.
We're into the draft. Cyclone up against Team Secret, game number 2. Cyclone on A's side this time. Are we going to see another Jewel ban? Or is Vox, Kestrel, something like that, Lyra, going to come out for Team Secret?
I feel like they're going to go for the Jewel ban again. It was so strong in the semifinals that it's just not something. You don't plan a strategy against a Jewel this early into the Vainglory 8. So.
Yeah, like if you're not ready to adapt on your feet, then yeah, definitely get rid of it.
Yeah,
All right, well, we predicted that one, but what are Cyclone going to first pick? I feel like Lyra worked wonders for them last game.
Yeah, absolutely. But the Adagio is still there as well. They may opt to take that. We've seen a lot of teams take the Adagio over the Lyra, but I feel like it's definitely going to be one of those two, and then the other one's just going to go over Secret. So
I mean, Secret definitely like that kind of Adagio, Ringo, +1 style of draft here. Cyclone going to spend a second thinking about this. It feels like they would go for the Lyra, though.
I think they're really just kind of debating which of those two they want, but there's also
the Lance, right?
Yeah, I was going to say the Lance is up. You're going to give one of those two healers over to Secret, but you can then ban away the other one so they don't get that double heal going.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of Lance first pick on A side yesterday, not so much today, which is definitely an interesting development. It is going to be Lyra, though. Cyclone locking that one in. Team Secret have a chance to answer.
Yeah, I expect the Adagio to be here, because otherwise there's no guarantee they're going to get it on the second pick. So they go ahead and grab that.
So is Lance banned here by Cyclone?
I feel like it should be. I definitely feel like it should be banned away. That would then allow the side of Secret, if they don't ban the Lance, then Secret can just pick up the Lance, and then they get either Ringo or Vox on the final pick as well. It would be a really strong full comp, but they're going to ban the Kestrel. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting. I mean, Cyclone, they've been winning all day with the Kestrel, even though I thought it didn't look particularly strong for them, but it shows that they're putting a lot of emphasis on this pick.
And Cyclone actually banned Kestrel when they were on, I think they were on A side previously against Denial Esports. So
I'm going to leave the Lance open.
Bold move, Cotton.
See if it pays off.
Oh, I love you guys.
Lance plus Lyra is
AJ just gave us like
too.
the dirtiest
little,
look after that.
a little black feather action, team.
A Black Feather would be wonderful right
Just
here, I feel.
dumpster that Ringo real good.
With a Lyra too, you don't. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like it.
I like it a lot.
I love it. I want some more of it.
Let's see. We're going to dip into a little bit of that bonus time
Why not?
as they figure out. I mean, you got it. It doesn't. You don't get to carry it over to next week. You don't get to carry it over to the next game if you have another game.
If you don't use it, you lose it, right?
Yep, exactly.
Cyclone, I mean, what would you say is the best pair here? Because we can think of an entire comp, right? We don't have to sort of worry about a counter. You've got to lock in everything. Where would you like to go? What direction? Blackfeather and...
I would say like Blackfeather and Samuel, but Samuel's banned out here. So who would be... Rhyme!
Oof.
You're not going to have Blackfeather
Okay.
and Rhyme, right?
I don't think you can do Black Feather
Like
and
that
Rhyme.
is an incredibly short-range composition. They have the Lyra, boosts up their mobility and kind of...
I'm still really surprised that the Lance didn't come through here. I thought for sure it would be either the Black Feather or the Lance. The Rhyme kind of throw in.
Also, like a
wrench in the
Koshka,
mix.
like a Koshka Blackfeather would have been pretty dirty.
With what? Blackfeather in the lane? we're
Yeah.
thinking? Okay.
Yeah. The Ringo's life would just be like the worst.
I feel like they almost have to go for either a Gwen or a Baron. Vox is still available. I don't like the Vox here.
Oh,
Or a Saw!
okay. Saw.
Okay.
Saw was picked, I believe, by Cyclone at least once in their
Yep.
3-game series against G2 on
They
day
did
1.
win with it.
Yeah. So, and Team Secret, they decided to go for... This is something we used to see decently, frequently against the Saw.
Although
The
it's
Cyclone. I mean, all right, the Cyclone. The Celeste is so good into the Saw.
Celeste is extremely good in the Saw, but are they going to have the Celeste be in the jungle or in the lane? because you're either going to have the jungle Celeste or the jungle Ringo. Both
She probably
can work.
goes through the jungle, but I mean, ultimately, she will have an impact.
I would almost rather see the Ringo in the jungle going up against the Rhyme, being able to just get the guaranteed slow to be able to run away from. Because the Celeste, yes, she has the core collapse, but that's not a guarantee that you're going to be able to get away from the Rhyme with it.
And you would want this Ringo as weapon or crystal?
Weapon.
Weapon? Okay. All right, so predictions based on these compositions. Who do you think's going to take a game 2?
I'm going to go with Secret. I just don't think the Rhyme is going to be able to be quite as effective against the range that Team Secret has here.
Ooh, I'm going to go Cyclone.
Again?
Yeah.
I think 2-0. Bold.
I like the flippity-floppity, though. I like you're not unwilling to change
it's-
up, because you did say that you expecting a 2-0 probably from Secret.
Yeah, I mean, it just felt like it coming into this matchup, but game 1 just played out the way it did. Here, the thing is, it could be very snowball-y for Cyclone. If that snowball starts rolling, it's going to be hard to come back.
And I think it speaks to just how talented both of these teams are that we do have so much trouble actually picking who we think is going to win. And you kind of the flip-flopping back and forth. But we're going to be finding out which one of these two is going to be better. Will Cyclone take first place? Will Team Secret force us to a game 3?
Let's find out as we head on to the Halcyon Fold once more with Dowsey and Forecourt Jester.
Thank you very much. It is this Voldemort Saw. A bit of a correction. He did play it yesterday in their series against G2, but it was a loss for Cyclone. So not sure how that stands up on the statistics sheet for Court. We'll have to see.
Well, the numbers are sort of a little bit frail when it comes to Saws. Even in Evo 8s, like last year, previous competitions, Saws are so very hit or miss. You either dominate or you get destroyed.
Yeah, no, and I want to see how they play it out. There's going to be Mowgli looking to put a bit of pressure on, but look at Cyclone as a 3, jungling it all up. Unfortunately, it's so hard to chase down Mowgli, as you do have a Rhyme, not the fastest of heroes, neither is Waldemar's Saw. But Cyclone making their way into the jungle of Team Secret. They want to put more pressure down, missing out on that Treant timing, so they're going to make their way to the lane instead.
Yeah, and Cyclone have really been showing us this 3-man rotation. We saw similar movements out of TSM yesterday on the NA side of things, which we played out a little bit later on today. But Waldemar's Saw is a very kind of hype pick because he is just so good in lane. We've seen him dominate with off-meta picks, and now Saw coming into this.
Oh no,
it's anybody's game.
It's caught up. Yeah, Leon's doing the damage, and they're gonna have to try and get him out. Just about survives Voldemort, but he is forced a recall here. So back to base to heal up. Everyone from Cyclone back to base to heal up, which does give Team Secret an advantage over the map.
Now, I think it's even in the pre-show video done by Humanist. Like, if you want to watch a spun-up Saw through a Lyra tunnel, he said that line in the movie. I'm not entirely too sure if he said it for Secret, though. But that's what we're probably going to see. Waldemar's going to be looking for this weapon build-up. He's not going to go into the Crystal. He has Radha to cover that base. But Radha in the front, slowing down everyone, and then in you go with the portal with a spun-up Saw, just starting to lay into people. That's the aim here for Cyclone.
Yeah, and Cyclone are starting to feed even more gold into the Waldemar like they did in the previous game. You can see Waldemar doing a rotation with Radha, getting a lot of the last hits from there, and then he heads back up into lane to take the last hits from the lane as well. Just getting this Saw online as soon as possible, and to try and combat it, Team Secret purchasing up these minion candies to try and prevent Waldemar just pushing straight into their turret.
Yeah, and you can see Radha actually just kind of down there waiting for a rotation, but he's not finding one.
Yeah, and Leon's coming in. Waldemar has to get out. He is going to run, but PG lands the target, and first blood will go to Just Man. Team Secret able to find a pick.
So now that we actually have that kill, and Waldemar very likely he's just not going to show his face here in lane, it's because of the last pick of Team Secret. It's not all roses right now for Cyclone. They might be up 1-0, but right now, with the threat of a Celeste, as our analyst did say, is just a fantastic pick because she has the reach. She's going to have the heliogenesis, but actually when you supernova that is even more reach. The other big thing is the stun. If Saw stops to do a spin up, that is prime time to get down those core collapses here from Leon.
Yeah, and expect Leon to be the threat this game that he just wasn't quite able to be on that Cruel in the previous game. Wasn't quite offensive enough to do the damage. Now, I wonder, Saw, early game threat, right? We're at the 4-minute mark here, forecourt, just about to tick over. This is kind of when I expect Saw to have taken his first turret already.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about the previous meta where if you're not taking a turret in the 4, 5, 6 minute mark, then you're, quote, behind. But this is Vainglory 2.0, and this is amongst the very best of the players here going head-to-head in the new system. Like, the map was definitely changed around, the item system and everything, so I'm not entirely too sure I'm going to hold that to Cyclone at this point.
Alright, we'll have to see what they can do. More minion candy, preventing the push from Waldemar to be as quick as possible. Leon making his way up from the jungle to contest once more. Starting to throw out those Helogenesis to start the damage, but it will force Waldemar back. They're trying to get onto Leon, but Core Collapse locks him up. Once more, he's forced to run away. Mowgli starting the charge. Radha in trouble, has to go into the jungle of Team Secret, but they find him with an auto attack. Don't even need the help. Was it the sentry? Maybe the sentry that picked him up in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's going to be another kill going to Team Secret.
Oh, looking for the Solar Storm, but guesses the wrong bush. You can see Leon at that level 6, his teammate's level 4. But Leon getting into that Solar Storm, again, another big tool. These guys, they want to run away. They think that they're safe in the bush. Boom, big damage, big money. And because of that, Leon, I don't want to say he's going to go into a Frostburn, although it's very possible. I would want to see him go into that crystal. Like, go for the Shattered Glass, because you got Mowgli there to keep everyone going. And Justman is really going to be the bigger threat that's perceived here from Cyclone. But, you know, Leon, he just might go for that utility.
Certainly may. Let's talk about stakes a little bit. Might have to give it a second because Leon has made his way back up to the lane. This time, Waldemar quick to disengage the fight. Going to start the spin up, get the full stacks back on this Saw. The winner of the final gets such an advantage over their opponent. And you know, Human has said at the beginning of the broadcast he thinks that Team Secret are probably the best team in Europe, followed by Cyclone. He's kind of flip-flopped. He started to think that maybe Cyclone may just be steps ahead of Team Secret. We'll have to see as the weeks go on. But for both these teams, taking that first spot in this first week will be such an advantage because they've got that one up against each other.
So when it comes to this hyper farm theme that we got kind of going here for Cyclone, we've really put Radha down in the dumps. He does not have a tier 3 item yet, and he doesn't really have the cash to finish out anything anytime soon either. That being said, he's not that far ahead of Justman.
Look at the damage going straight down onto Mowgli by Waldemar, just completely eating the health bar up there. However, it's an Adagio, and Adagio can heal up fairly quickly. Cyclone at this 7-minute mark, still struggling to find a turret as Team Secret putting the pressure back on. Leon coming back to the lane, Solar Storm in hand, looking to try and catch someone up. Helogenesis, they provide a bit of vision. They know that Waldemar is on the run here. Cyclone at the jungle shop, purchasing items, Sorrow Blade, Fountain, good items for them. And just Team Secret here, going to take the route back. Run into Radha. They might even look to try and catch him as well, but the Core Collapse not quite able to get it.
I really do think that Team Secret missed a window right there. I mean, the push up from Cyclone was good, but they hadn't gone shopping. Now they have those items.
They do have those items. Let's see if they are enough for Cyclone to take a fight. Waldemar standing inside. The Core Collapse blocks it up, but he's going so low. Another kill for Justman as he takes down the Saw. And now PT Lamb, the target. Solar Storm from downtown hits Radha, but not PT Lamb's, not the prime target there. And now the Imperial Sigil to try and keep them healthy. Team Secret looking for this turret as the Valkyrie flies out. Radha trying to do the damage, but he doesn't have it. And a burst of judgment will secure his doom. This turret not long for this world. Team Secret 4-0 up, take the turret and extend their gold lead to 3,000.
Again, like, Waldemar's just not as far ahead as he should be, and Radha has suffered because of that. 8 minutes, still no tier 3 to his name, but he does have a reflex block. Ultimately, Radha's just kind of meat right now for the slaughter. Justman is just saying toe-to-toe with Farm.
Waldemar stacking up on the gold miner is going to be forced to use those stacks to run away. Cyclone thinking they might be able to sneak away a gold mine for themselves, get a bit of gold back into their pockets. But currently Team Secret, you know, they've got the late game in their hand, and they're winning the early game as well.
With Radha not being a threat, that's amongst the theme of why I was thinking for a Shatterglass here, Leon, because he can really just kind of farm out back, kite backwards with the Helios, with the core collapse. He can cover such a huge AoE range of people trying to run into him, right? But he has actually gone for that Frostburn, so he's, that's out of the way. Looks like a Broken Myth could actually be down the line. He has himself a good bit of energy there as well. Leon's ultimately looking for the Myth, the Eva Harvest, as well as that Frostburn. If he gets really good, maybe some cooldown reduction, but I really think that Secret have the advantage.
Well, they're looking for the fight here, but the Valkyrie goes down. Radha first, and PT Lamb very close after. Waldemar trying to escape. The Hellfire Brew will get blocked up with the reflex block, but PT Lamb's very low, still running. Another kill goes to Team Secret, and the surprising thing of that was Cyclone wanted the fight.
Yeah, as I said, I'm pretty sure in that position, Team Secret had that advantage, and in went with the portal. Didn't really look like Saw was part of that increase, but when Radha went in, and even a Valkyrie, those Valkyries are supposed to be part of Valhalla. They're supposed to be fearsome. They're supposed to be damaging. I don't even think they shrugged it off. They didn't even need to. They just blinked and they got all the health back. Because Radha was so underpowered at that point. Then you saw him get blown up, and I'm actually rather surprised PT Lamb was not chased down to death. But a gold miner for their trouble in 5-0. It's a very different Secret team than Game 1.
Certainly is. These guys seem confident. They're looking for more. Straight onto PT Lamb. Radha doing his best to do damage, but locked up and taken down by Justman. And now the retreat for Cyclone once more. They're trying to escape. It looks like they've got the distance, but unfortunately for this Crystal Sentry, he will be falling. I believe that's the first life taken of the Crystal Sentry here for Team Secret. Just getting more and more objectives to their name.
Yeah, gold miner done, turret done, one of the sentries down, pushing up lane, putting more pressure, just forcing Cyclones. They can't go out adventuring anywhere. They have to just be on this defense duty, and that is really keeping them modeled up right now.
It is, and the Sword just not being able to find it. PT Lamb jumps in, Radha looking for the follow-up. Waldemar onto Mowgli doing the damage, but Radha just not tanking enough. Good Valkyrie comes down, that might be the turnaround for Cyclone. They're looking to find the shank, Mowgli going low, but he jumps away. Leon down, Waldemar's found one, Mowgli the next target. Radha should be able to find that against the Adagio, and that will be eventually 2 kills going Cyclone's way.
So finally an engage going to Cyclone's name. I thought Radha was just going to get obliterated once more. He's finally gotten into a little bit of that defense with that shield, and he's going to be looking for an Aegis as quick as he can after these boots. The boots is going to be very good for him because he wants to be able to chase down, especially Justman, for example. The less that stutter stepping coming out from Justman, the more just pure running away, the better of an advantage that Cyclone will have. Waldemar, though, is also starting to get into his zone. There's his first monocle. He doesn't have a breaking point for it. Don't really need one there for a Saw with that spin up, but he's going to start critting. That could be a big factor.
On the other side of the table, Mowgli has completed that Atlas Pauldron, a crucial item to counter Saw. Mowgli will be looking to stand in the middle of the fight, lay down the Atlas Pauldron, and a verse to follow suit, I'm sure. Team Secret, currently 4,000 gold in the lead. It's looking hard for Cyclone to get back into the game, but they have shown that they do have the power to win a fight.
But they need the power to win multiple fights. Like, having this one-off is not going to get them into an endgame situation. They need to kind of capitalize on this and keep going. There's a big difference in terms of, just the capitalization after the fight. Cyclone get a fight, what do? They clear their jungle. That's it. That's all they got out of it. Every time Secret takes a fight, they get a gold mine, they get a turret, they get a crystal sentry, right? There's a big difference in what's happening afterward.
Yep, and here we go, Team Secret looking for more action. Cyclone currently on the retreat. Valkyrie goes out from Radha to dissuade them from following up, but it's a huge cooldown now that Team Secret may look to abuse. This turret, the target as the Helogenesis start to go up.
Done.
A good core collapse, locks Waldemar up. There's the burst going down onto PT Lamb, mounted to keep this Lyra alive. Justman following up, a couple more auto attacks will take the kill, and he is unbeatable. Team Secret, one more kill under their name, Justman, 5-0-3. And now it's looking like Team Secret want to take the turret as well. Oh, what was that? Solar Storm annihilates Waldemar, forces him back and the turret will go down as well. Team Secret woken up from their sleep. They're here to play.
So Leon as that last pick with that Celeste, right? You might be like, who's going out from the jungle? Well, it doesn't even really matter. You know, Leon and Justman have kind of been tag-teaming the lane, the jungles, and a lot of the farm together. So the last pick has really put Waldemar on a bit more the back foot. You can see he's very hesitant to kind of go deep in die. I have not even seen any, shanks, really. Like, I've not really seen any offensive shanks coming out of Waldemar. He's just playing from range, and a lot of that is to do with Leon. But again, the big threat is Justman. 503, he is surpassing farm of Waldemar, who had a huge start, and this is problematic to Cyclone.
It is, and you can see Cyclone doing their best to attempt to play aggressive, attempt to play offensive, but every time they do so, either Team Secret turns it back on them, or they disengage. They can do either or. The choice is theirs. 30 seconds left on this Kraken, so they'll take the gold miner away, get another payout here. Cyclone hard to steal this one away.
Oh, the minefield, man.
Yeah, just, you can't walk up to it. Leon set up the playfield already for Team Secret.
Yeah, once he gets that Evo Harvest, Leon has infinite energy at that point. Like, right now, he has to ration it a little bit. He doesn't have to be stingy on it by any means, since he is that 2-item, but once he gets into that third, he becomes a very viable second carry at this point as well.
Definitely. Well, Cyclone,
Waldemar
pushing up forward, will walk away the defensive shank once more to escape, but PC Lambs wants the action. They're all going in, looking for the fight. The burst of judgment from Mowgli goes out, does damage, but it's blocked. Solar Storm will go through, and Justman taking the kills through. 2 for Team Secret. Just Waldemar left alive. This Saw cannot do anything to stop this turret falling. It goes in the blink of an eye. Team Secret find that choke.
Yeah, it's absolutely Kraken time. Yeah, go get that Sentry, go grab that Kraken. With the amount of damage Justman and Mowgli here, always buffing out that Ringo there as well, right? That agent damage buff going on top of a weapon Ringo. It's unparalleled. You got the twirling silver, you're just a rapid fire machine gun of just pure damage. And I really wanted them to go for the Kraken right there. I think they had a huge opportunity to get it for free.
Yeah, they're 9,000 gold ahead. They took the Crystal Sentry to make sure that a fight in the jungle wouldn't be, it wouldn't hurt them, the fourth member of the team coming to join in. I think you're right, they probably could have gone for the Kraken. They have the Celeste to burst it down, as well as this Ringo would have taken too long. But Team Secret, they're calm, they're collected, they want to play this one outright, and they want to make sure no advantages given over to Cyclone whatsoever. So they go back to the lane, push it up, force Cyclone to have to defend it. Then they can look to the Kraken.
Double monocle ready for Waldemar. He is the heart of the damage team here for Cyclone. Radha, unfortunately, he's item and a half with defensive and tier 3 boots at the 16-minute mark. He is there as a target. He's there to try to get the slows, but if Waldemar can't deliver, the setup is going to be for naught.
Well, the Kraken's been started and it's almost down. Waldemar laying down the suppressive fire, and PT Lamb's going to dive on it into a core collapse. Waldemar getting bursted, as is Radha. They can't stop Mowgli. Burst goes out, blocked up. Good Crucible, and the Solar Storm onto Waldemar. He's done, dead, and now the fight continues. The Kraken will be focused here by Team Secret. They've taken down the Saw. They need not do anything more. Kraken unleashed for Team Secret.
Well, they're going to get the big beast on their side. That's it for the minions. They are going to get just cleaned up. Justman's going to have to ride that wave through. And with no choke already, it's just not there. The Kraken's going to go straight for the crystal. And it's going to get escorted by a high-powered Team Secret team looking for a Game 3.
Yeah, Cyclone with this Saw pick, advantageous in the early, but at the 17-minute mark, almost does nothing to be able to whittle away. 0 turrets by Cyclone. They have not secured a single objective here against Team Secret. The complete flip of a coin here for Team Secret. And now they're pushing in to equalize this game. The Kraken's there. Hellfire Brew straight onto Waldemar. Will connect. And the damage has been laid down. A Solar Storm will kill him, but they can't see him. He will get back and get the healing. These turrets, they don't stand a chance. Just getting down further and further. Waldemar and PT Lamb diving on in. Leon goes low, but look at where Justman is on Radha. Solar Storm comes through. Radha doing his best to find Justman, but Leon's coming back into the fight. Kraken taking the Vein Crystal. That's going to be Waldemar and the prime time, and ace comes through, and that is Team Secret equalizing this series 1-1.
You gave Humanist a little bit of flack for going back and forth, but his original prediction was Team Secret #1, Cyclone #2. There is still evidence in the water for that one. This saw pick just ending up disastrous here for the team, as Waldemar essentially sealed up. Radha not given those early game farm that he needs to start getting that snowball going, instead kind of putting in the Waldemar basket, and they ended up being so ineffective.
There's some serious questions to ask of Cyclone's draft there. The Saw just was not influential, and I feel like Cyclone have to go back to the drawing board. We're going to throw it back over to the analyst desk to discuss that a little bit further, so AJ and the boys, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. All right, so Team Secret picking up Game 2, pushing us to a Game 3. Before we get too much into this one, just